This is moving straight ahead. Investigation 2.3, 4A and B. So it asks, for what number of t-shirts is the cost of the company's equal? What is that cost? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and figure out how many t-shirts I need, and then I'm going to figure out the cost. So to do that is I'm going to start with my two equations. Now, one thing we have not talked about yet, that is very important, is that if it's asking for comparing or finding where two things are equal, we're actually going to set up an equation, all right, that puts things equal to each other. So in this case, I'm going to set my cost equal to each other. Right? And we're trying to find out where the cost is equal, so I'm going to set it equal to each other. In order to do that, I'm going to take this first equation, I'm going to put it over here, and take the second equation, I'm going to put it on the other side. Now what this tells me is that the cost of this equals the cost of this. Now I'm going to use the train track method to solve this. My goal is to get n by itself on one side. I'm going to choose to put it on the right side. So in order to do that, I know that I'm adding n here, therefore I'm going to subtract n. What I do to one side, I must also do to the other. On the right side here, I'm left now with just 49. Over here, I had 4.5 n's. I got rid of 1, so I have 4.5 minus 1 gives me now 3.5 n's. And now I'm left with 49 equals 3.5 n. From here, I want to get this n by itself. So I'm going to undo this multiplication. So to undo multiplication, I'm going to divide by 3.5. Over here, do the exact same thing. And that gives me 14 equals n. So that tells me that the number of t-shirts, n, is 14. Now, when it asks what is the cost associated there, I can use either equation, and I'm going to substitute n into the equation. So I'm going to choose this one right here. Actually, I'm going to choose top one. It's easier. So I'm going to take n and put it in here. So I'm going to note the cost is equal to 49 plus that n value. And that means that the cost is equal to $63. When it's explaining how you found it, this would be acceptable right here, showing your work, and then substituting it in for one of the two equations. For B, when it talks about how can this information be used to decide which plan to choose. If I think about it, if at 14 t-shirts, they're equal, above 14 t-shirts, one would be more expensive, and below 14 t-shirts, the other would be more expensive. So I'm going to choose any number. I'm going to choose 10. That's going to be below 14. I'm going to substitute n equals 10 into both equations. So the cost of m will be 49 plus 10. Cost of the no will be 4.5 times 10. This is going to give me $59. This is going to give me $45. Looking at that, 10 is less than 14. So anything less than 14, I'm going to want to go with this guy. It's going to be cheaper. If it is more than 14, then I am going to go with this guy. Greater than 14 shirts. Less than